You know, it wasn't all that long ago when we started this nomadic community season back in November. Unfortunately, it's time for me to say goodbye. It's time for me to end that season of community. And so this video is celebrating those that I've met along the way and saying goodbye to my last few remaining friends in this journey. Some of us will go our separate ways all by our lonesome, as is the case for me. Now, despite the sad music and watching me walk off into the sunset, it's not sad at all. Well, sad to say goodbye to friends, but just know that this has been a good season. So, to my friends, thank you. Hey everybody, welcome to my current camp just outside of Roseburg, Oregon. Before I give you more details on where I am and what the situation is, let me just clarify something just real quick. The intro that you just saw, I'm not saying goodbye to these characters forever, nor am I saying goodbye to the nomadic life. That is not it at all. I had made plans to come up to the Pacific Northwest, back to the Roseburg area, because this is where my daughter and her family live. And my granddaughter was just celebrated her first leap birthday. So this was her 4th birthday and her first leap birthday. So the actual first time that her birthday will fall on February 29th. Now, aside from that, I also have another grandchild that is due here right around June 10th. So I've been wanting to sort of orbit this area for a little bit and thus had to say goodbye to those people that I had been spending so much time with in Southern California and Arizona and so on. So the last 3 people that I spent time with are in this video. They are Stanley. Now, you might remember Stanley from all the way back in the Van Build Fest 2019. He was a volunteer with us in our camp. He'd actually come as a recipient or as a consumer or customer, whatever you want to call it, because he had just started his nomadic life and had just left Florida and went directly to the Van Build Fest. Now, Stanley and I have been camping pretty much the whole time since the Van Build Fest in November. There's also Tracy, who dates back to the Van Build Fest 2019. She's sort of come into the picture and left and come back. You know, she's got things to do here and there and people to meet. But she's always sort of in our periphery, and it's always a great pleasure to have her around. Now, Gary, we met at Plamosa BLM. You might recall that as we got close to the RTR that I had reached out and had noted to people that if you're not familiar with this place and you just want a safe place to camp, you're welcome to our camp. And he showed up, and he hasn't been able to get rid of us since. As for the places that you're going to see in this video, it's primarily Saddle Mountain, which is, an hour outside of Phoenix. We were also at the Joshua Tree area. There's a BLM location just south of Joshua Tree National Park and a BLM location just outside, I think, of the town of Joshua Tree. Very, very different camping experiences, as you'll see in this video. And then Sawtooth Canyon in Lucerne Valley, California. One of my absolute favorite places to camp. Yeah, I tell you what, let me go round up the dogs. I'll be right back, and I'll leave you with this video to chew on until I get back. See you in a second. Unfortunately, a friend of mine, Frances, has some property out here. She has 5 acres, which is where I'm at right now. She had a home here once before, which has since been torn down and removed. And she's looking forward to another chapter where she has another home on this property. And while she's here regularly servicing the property, the utilities are here and it's immaculate. So I've got power. I have, let's see what else. Power, well water, washer and dryer, chickens. I'm not going to eat the chickens, Francis, but yeah, but plenty of eggs nonetheless. And yeah, it's a great place to sort of land. So what's next? Well, I'm going to hang out here on this property for a bit longer and get some work done. I've got a couple of websites I need to build, and I've got some collateral marketing material I need to create, like flyers and brochures. But mostly what I'm looking forward to is creating more content for you, because my goal is to be able to deliver 2 pieces of content every week, including regular live chats, which I hope to be doing soon. I'm currently working with a program called OBS, which lets us do some picture-in-picture stuff and sort of up the production value of our live chats. So that pretty much... I'm going to go... I'm going to go strangle a rooster in just a second. But right now, please watch the very end of this video, because it's my way of saying farewell to these 3 individuals. So, bye now. So for the last few remaining goodbyes, we say goodbye to Tracy as she left the North Joshua Tree BLM, and to Gary, who we say goodbye to at the Sawtooth Canyon in Lucerne Valley. And of course, there's Stanley, who I've been traveling with for about 4 months now. We still have one remaining adventure together that we want to share with you, but that's an entirely separate video, and for good reason. Nonetheless, I shook his hand, made my goodbyes, and said farewell to my new friend.